What if social media is a window into the collective unconscious? Hear me out. The collective unconscious is a hardwired structure of existence that we have in our brain, or perhaps something more fluid in our soul, something like that, that is coded into stories and symbols. So basically, from an evolutionary point of view, you could describe it as all the things that at some point in our human existence, which is like millions of years, it has served us in a certain way. The things that have served us have propagated through human existence because people who adhered to these concepts or these patterns, they managed to thrive and propagate their own genes. Therefore, it got more and more ingrained into our brain in a way of structures, stories, and symbols. This is the purely biological point of view. No woo-woo, no magical thinking, biological. In a similar way, it's not only the things that help us most that propagate through time, but also actually being interested in these ideas and paying attention if a story is shared is in itself something, a skill or an attention thing that propagates through time. That's why we are interested in stories. That's why we're interested in meaning. That's why certain books and stories have drawn people's attention for thousands and thousands of years. Now, whatever happens on social media is based on attention. The algorithm, it's like a pattern in itself, is a thing that points you towards the things that you are interested in, and it gives you more of those things. So it's kind of a melting pot of whatever everyone who wants to create in the world is creating, plus the filter of what people are interested in to watch time and time again. And that filtered through millions and millions of hours of watch time and optimization, etc. That's in the end the stuff that you get into your feed. It includes not only our the stories that we like, that we're interested in, but it also includes our desires. And that is actually a key point and a key point of analysis if you are a Jungian thinker, at least. Let's say if you look at this whole story that I'm telling you from a shadow work kind of lens. What is a shadow? The shadow is basically the kind of desires and drives that an individual can have that it doesn't want to accept as its own, and says, this is different for me, this is not who I am, this is not who I want to be, and suppresses these. Now, that sounds awfully familiar if we talk about social media. And we don't really think very highly of social media. We refer to it as brain rot, and even soft porn and ideology, and all these things are true, but that doesn't make it less part of our psyche. That doesn't make it less part of who we are. These are exactly the things that dwell in our unconscious. And our unconscious mind has collectively been repressed for the past hundreds of years, since the Renaissance, basically, where we started to throw off the shackles of oppressive religion, at least in the West, maybe for a good reason, but have come to a point where stories and metaphors and symbolism, the things that connected us and decoded our unconscious mind and brought that more to the daily life, has been also cast away and has left us wanting for something more, at least our unconscious. So our unconscious as a whole doesn't have its outlet anymore. And why wouldn't it then come up again, as so many parts of your shadow, in an unexpected way, and in this time in a technological form? So social media is an outlet of your unconscious mind to show you the things that your unconscious mind wants and desires, but your conscious mind despises and tries to suppress. So let's talk about the things that we see. We see laziness, we see polarization, we see soft porn, we see things that disturb us, things that make us angry. All these things are aspects of ourselves that we demonize, things that we say, this is not me. I actually don't really like these things. It's just that my biology, my desire just really wants to look at it. But that's not really me. I'm above that. So you demonize the things that are actually coming up from your own unconscious mind. So we are creating this insane tension between who we say that we think we are and what is actually motivating our actions. And that's exactly why it is so hard to let your phone go when you're doomscrolling, because it is triggering something that is touching your very core. So why are we drawn to this? Is the simple explanation, it is addictive. Is that enough? I don't think so. I think, as with many things, and especially if you look at it through a Jungian lens, your shadow always comes up in ways that you don't expect and that don't really serve the purpose. But it's because we're suppressing something and we're not giving it its voice in places where we actually need to. And in that way, I think we can actually analyze our own social media feed and look at the things that are coming up and the things that we are repressing. Not only can you learn from it, but you can take away its power. You can take away its grasp over you. You can make it into something. You can use social media to learn about your unconscious desires and try to bring them up to the conscious and start the conversation. And I think that's ultimately, social media is a manifestation of the collective unconscious of this society trying to reconnect with us. I am exploring this idea because I am myself trying to learn more about psychology, specifically about Jungian psychology, and I'm moving deeper and deeper into understanding myself and into understanding society from a Jungian perspective. And if you like to learn more like I do, and if you like to watch videos like this, then this might be a good moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you like the video. Comment what you would like to see more, and hopefully I will see you next time. But whatever you do, don't forget to have a great day.